What's going on, guys? Shadow Roch here. Welcome back to the channel. And today, as requested, we are going to do a deep dive into my account 100 days after starting it. So with that being said, let's get into it. Alright, so let's get started with this main page. If we look here, so far we are at level 47, and if we take a look here, we are going to reach level 48 tomorrow, so that's going to be pretty freaking awesome. We'll definitely take that. And if we look here, distance walked is 5,396.9 km, and Pokemon caught we have 70,495. That's about 700 a day, sometimes more, sometimes less. But we've also got Pokestops visited 44,540, total XP of 184,841,832. So we are well over level 50. If you don't remember, that is 176 million to reach level 50. So we've cleared that. Insane. It's been a crazy grind. And the start date, as you can see, is February 6th of 2025, which would be 100 days later, May 17th. So that is pretty exciting. We've reached 100 days and we're almost at level 50. And so if we take a look at our medals, we'll start off with these are from the LA Unova experience, and it was a good time. If you guys haven't seen those videos, definitely check them out. And we have reached 16 on the Elite Collector. So the first one was on the 6th with the small yet strong collection challenge. To the most recent one was the Crowned Collection Challenge. So we've got 16 of those so far. And then if we go into our Kanto, obviously we have 151 caught. Then we have our Collector, which is 50,000 Pokemon, and we've caught 70,495. We already went over that. And then the Scientist is evolved 2,000 Pokemon. We've evolved 3,197. Breeder hatched 2,500 eggs. We've hatched 6,118. We hatch a lot of eggs. It's absolutely insane. Sightseer, 2,000 unique Pokestops. We are just barely over that, 2,355. And then for Ace Trainer, battled 2,000 times. 2,207 is how many times we've done that. And that's just battling the team leaders, Blanche, Cadella, Spark, those three. So that's how you work on that medal. Pikachu fan, 1,000 Pikachu, we are at 1,031, so we're just past that one. And Berry Master, feed Pokemon 15,000 berries at gyms, we are at 22,108. Gym leader is defend gyms for 15,000 hours, we are at almost double that. We are at 29,318. Up next we have the Pokemon Ranger, 2,500 field research tasks, we have 3,683. Gentlemen, 2,500 Pokemon traded, we have 2,848. Pilot is the 10 million km while trading, and we have 11,486,202. And for Great League veteran, battle in the Great League 1,000 times, we have 1,004. Ultra League, we have 1,004 as well. And Master League, we have 1,003, so pretty even in those aspects. Purify 1,000 Shadow Pokemon, we've done 1,030. Hero is defeat 2,000 Team Go Rocket members, we have 2,607. Raid Expert is make this achievement screen 500 times, we've done that almost 3 times the amount, one more time, and we've done 3 times, so we're at 1,499. And the Tiny Pokemon Collector catch 500 XXS Pokemon, we have 881. There's been a couple events that have really helped out with that. Along with the Jumbo, catch 500, we have 900. Life of the Party is 2,000 party challenges complete, we have 231. And Jogger, we're still working on this one, so we need 10,000 km and we are over halfway, we have 5,396.9. Backpacker, 50,000 Pokestops visited, we are at 44,540. And Battle Girl is win 4,000 gym battles, we are at 2,354. That one takes a long time to do, especially since it's not the most exciting thing, but we're getting there, we're over halfway. And for registering Johto, we need 8 more to complete that. Then the Hoenn, we are 113 out of 135, so another 22 to complete that one. Up next we have the Idle Badge, become Best friends with 20 trainers, we were at 9 out of 20, and once we're able to complete this, then we'll be able to catch our shiny Meloetta from the research. For the Sinnoh medal, we are at 86 of 107, so we still need 21 different ones. And then for Unova, we are at 154 of 156, so we're pretty close on that one. The Kalos region, we are at 58 out of 72, so we still need 14 more. Alola is 86, we're at 54, so we need 32 more of those. Rising Star, 150 different species of Pokemon in raids. We're very close with that. We need 12 more different Pokemon battled in raids to beat that. And Picnicker is use a lure module to help any trainer catch 2,500 Pokemon. We are at 1,377, so we're a little over halfway. But I think once we go to the in-person Go Fest in New Jersey, we'll be able to get that pretty good. For Showcase, we are at 57 out of 100, so that's slow, but you know, showcases are only available so often, but we're making progress on it. Up next is the Fisher medal. We need to catch 1,000 big Magikarp, and we are at 263, so that one's going to take a while. We need another event like they just had, because that really helped. I think I had like maybe 17 large Magikarp when that event started, and then Youngster is the same thing, except for it's 1,000 tiny rats, and that's even harder than the Magikarp, but we'll get there one day. Then we have Champion, win 2,000 raids. We are at 7,901. And that doesn't include your legendary raids. There's a separate one for legendaries, which is this one right here, Battle Legend. And you need to do 2,000 legendary raids. We've done 709. So we're about even on 50-50 for the legendary and non-legendary raids. Cameraman have 200 surprise encounters. This one takes a while because you can only get one a day unless it's like a calm day or a special event where you can do 10 a day. But for the Galar region, we are at 41 out of 50. And for the triathlete, achieve a 7-day Pokemon catch streak or Pokestop spin streak 50 times. We are at 29 out of 50. Up next, we have the Rising Star duo win 2,000 raids with a friend, and we've done that 591 times. Successor is Mega Evolve a Pokemon 1,000 times for the Platinum medal, and we are at 226. Up next is the Expert Navigator, and that's complete 600 routes. We've completed 187. Paldea is 43 out of 80. We gotta wait for more releases for that. Up next is Ultra Hero, defeat the Team Go Rocket Boss 50 times, and we've done that twice. Best Buddy is, man, this one takes forever. 200 Best Buddies. We are at 9. We're getting pretty close to our 10th one. In probably like 2 or 3 days, we'll have our 10th one, but it's a long grind. Then we have the Mega Evolution Guru, Mega Evolve 46 different species, and that one we're just going to have to wait for them all to make the rotation. We've got all of them that have appeared since, but there's still a lot more that we need. And for the Hisui region, we have 2 out of 7. And if we do our typing medals real quick, normal, we did 14,447, fighting is 3,588, flying is 8,155, then poison 6,718, ground is 3,839, rock is 4,324, bug is 12,896, ghost is 2,912, steel is 2,587, fire 5,259, water is 13,112, grass is 8,441, electric 5,243, psychic 5,707, ice 3,490, dragon 2,543, and dark is 4,815, and then I believe fairy is the last one at 3,829. So yeah, that's all of our medals. Up first, we will take a look at our Shundos. We have 2 as of yesterday. We got our second one. The first one was the Shundo Darmanitan that we got right before we went to the Unova tour in LA. And then yesterday we were able to purify this shiny Regigigas into a Shundo. So those are our 2 Shundos that we have, which is pretty freaking awesome. It's hard to get one, so the fact that we got 2 in 100 days, it's pretty awesome. Up next we have what I call our Lundos. That's our lucky Hundos, and we only have 1, and that's this Eevee here. Haven't evolved it to anything. I don't know if I will. I might just leave it, but we'll see what happens. Starting off with a Dynamax Hundo Squirtle, which is pretty cool. Since there's Gigantamax Blastoise, I'm not going to use it, so I'm just going to leave it as a Squirtle. Then we've got a couple Purified. We've got a Pikachu with the Captain's Hat. We just got this one recently. As you can see, the blue aura around it. The Sand Slash we got from a grunt. We got the Doug Trio a while ago, and then we've hatched four Alolan Meowths, so that's fun. We've got a Psyduck, a Purified Tentacruel, Slowpoke, Muck, Cloyster, Purified Gengar. We've got another Dynamax Hundo, is Kingler. We hatched an Electrode, well, a Voltorb, and then evolved it. From the raid day, we got a Kangaskhan, Purified Horsey. There's the Eevee with a trade, and then we have a shiny without a trade. And we have a regular Feraligatr Hundo, and then we also have the Purified Hundo. I think I purified the Hundo, and then during Calm Day that we just had, I got a Hundo Feraligatr, so that's why there's two of them. Might as well keep them both, right? And then we've got a Golbat, Quagsire, hatched two Quillfish, a Delibird, an Elekid, a Magby, a Tyranitar, a Mightyena, a Dustox, a Purified Swellow. We've got a Ralts, we've got a Whismur, and I guess we have a second Lundo. I was not aware of that. Let's go ahead and tag that. There we go. Got that fixed. Then we've got a Sharpedo, we've got a Huntail, Purified Shelgon, Purified Shieldon. We've got a Wormadam, Skuntank, Lucario, Dusknoir, the Shundo Regigigas, a Cresselia, the Purified Snivy, a Samurott, an Unpheasant, Purified Zebstrike, a Woobat, a Hundo Excadrill Dynamax, which is pretty cool, and then we have a Purified Excadrill, a Purified Scolicipod, a Blue Stripe Hundo Basculin. We just hatched this yesterday, the Hundo Sandile, that's pretty cool. And then we also have this recent Sandile, which is a Hundo. That's pretty freaking amazing. Would have been crazy if it was a Shundo. But we've got the Shundo Darmanitan. Then we got a couple Maractuses, an Archeops, a Garbodor, a Purified Gothitelle, a couple Ducklets, a Sawsbuck, an Escavalier, Frillish, Joltik, Mandibuzz, Heatmore, Durant, Zekrom. Then we've also got a Zekrom. And we've also got a Zekrom, Genesect, Chespin, Malamar, Kloitzer. We've also got a Crabominal, a Stuffle, Passimian, Lysopod, Kamala, Togedemaru, Bruxish. We've got a Hakamoto, a Tapu Fini. Then we have two Inteleons, a Glossifleur, a Cursula, and a Charcadet. So pretty good amount of Hundos and some pretty cool stuff in there. So if we take a look at our shinies, we've got a Blastoise that's a Dynamax, which is pretty cool. Not a Gigantamax, so that'd have been even cooler, but I don't have one of those yet. And so if we go through here, there are a lot of duplicates and a lot of Pikachus. I just hold on to them in case somebody wants them. I'm just going to kind of go through this kind of quick, that way this video isn't like an hour long. But we've got a shiny Shadow Nidoran, and then the three kings from the event. It didn't get a queen. I probably should have went a lot harder than I did, to be honest, but I kind of tailed off. It happens. And we got some Clefairies, Vulpix, and some other stuff in here. So, like I said, we got the living decks going. There's a lot of duplicates, a lot of Paris is there. I seem to find that a lot. That and Lickitung, I find those everywhere, but they are boosted. So, we've got 3 Meowths, and then we've got 4 Alolan Meowths, and then we've got 3 more, Galarian Meowths. So, we're pretty good on Meowth right now. Some Psyducks. We got both sets of the Growlithe done, which is pretty cool. We're missing one more Abra to finish that set. And some Slowpokes from this recent event. That thing was freaking everywhere. We had another shiny Shadow Grimer. And we also have that set complete, because there's the Muck. What else we got here? Anything super spicy? And we got more shiny shadows, the Cubone and Marowak. Those were a lot easier sets to do than what we've done now. And like I said, there's a bunch of Lickitung, and I've also transferred some. But our Kangaskhan's pretty cool. And Staryu, I really like that shiny. The green and the blue, I think it just works really well. A bunch of Scythers, another boosted shiny. A bunch of Magikarps from these recent events. Some Laprases. And got 3 Gigantamax. One was traded. It was lucky, but it wasn't the best one, so it is what it is. But hoping to get a Shundo. And then those 2 that we caught, got Articuno, got a Dynamax Zapdos, 2 Mewtwo's. What else we got in here? That was a calm day for Totodile. That's why we had so many of those. And then we've got some of the Unouns, but we'll get some more, especially the question mark and the exclamation point at GoFest. These Pinecos are just everywhere. I need to clear some of those out. There's way too many of those. Some Shuckles. Way too many Sneasels. They need to get cleared out. But yeah, this is we do pretty well with finding shinies. And there's a bunch of Tyrogues. We need to clear those out. And then we've got the Legendary Beast. We got all 3 of those Dynamax shinies. So that's pretty cool. And the Wurmple's set's complete. There's another shiny shadow that we got. It was a Ralts. I believe that one was from a raid. I don't think Sierra has had Ralts since we started this account. There's some Nincadas that need to be cleaned up. I try not to have, I try to have around 5 tradable ones. Other than that, I think 5 is good enough. Especially since a lot of people have a lot of this stuff, but sometimes you'll meet somebody that doesn't, and I just like to help them out. There's a bunch of Clan Pearls. I keep a lot of the Clan Pearls because you never know if you trade it to somebody, and if they're looking for a Huntail, they might get a Corvus, or vice versa. So I kept a couple of those. Oops, didn't mean to swipe that way. We've got a Dynamax Metagross. We got a Shiny Shadow Regirock, which was pretty cool. And yeah, this is a pretty decent collection, I would say, for 100 days in. I'd say that's pretty darn good. And then the Shiny Shadow Gibble, that was pretty freaking awesome. Hopefully we can get some more of those. See, I didn't really have a problem getting the Shiny Shadow Scorpy, but it is what it is. If somebody ever wanted it, maybe I'd purify and trade one. Who knows? Probably just keep 2 shadows. I've got the space for it. And we've got the Lake Trio we just recently completed. And there's our Shundo Regigigas. So, yeah, it's looking pretty good so far. Got a lot of rare stuff, especially the Pansage. I can't get that in my area. And we just got the shiny Dynamax Drillbur. You guys know how many battles I did for that thing. It had to be like 230, and I'm not kidding. It was insane how many we did, because I think when they released it, yeah, we did 160 just that first time, and it's been out a couple times since they released it, but that was a terrible one, but we finally got one, so that's pretty freaking awesome. And we got some throws, and I think one of the best sets is the Venipede Evolution line. I think they have some of the best shinies. I like all 3 of them. I don't know. I probably like Whirlipede the most. Pretty cool looking. But as I scroll down, we got a bunch of the Basculins from the tour, and then the 3 Maractuses that we got, and also the Shundo Darmanitan, which we already took a look at that earlier. Some Scraggies from the recent raids. And yeah, Zorora, that one was caught in LA. Pretty freaking awesome. And there's some good stuff in here, really. I forget once I complete a set. I don't know. And the Fungus, I need to evolve one of those. So there's probably a bunch in here that I need to go and evolve. I'm sure you guys will let me know. But I think all in all, we've done really freaking good. This was almost a Shundo. That was pretty freaking crazy. But, can't get a Shundo all the time. I'm happy that we got 2. That's pretty incredible. And so, yeah. We did complete the set for the Pawniard, so that's not going to be something we have to focus on during GoFest. The 3 Larvestas that we got, 2 of them were from LA, and then one of them was here in town, I believe. Okay, that was in Pasadena. That one was in town, from a 2K even. That's kind of crazy. You usually don't see a Larvesta from a 2K. And then this one also was in Pasadena, so that's pretty fun. We've got this with the background. That's pretty awesome. And yeah, that's getting close to the end. There's a bunch of Fletchings there that I need to go through. A bunch of Litleos I definitely need to go through. Those things just came off that boosted event, so Pancham, don't really want to see those anymore. And yeah, pretty freaking cool. I don't really think there's anything too super crazy at the bottom here, but the sandy gas that we did on the one spotlight hour finish that set, that was absolutely insane. I completely forgot we had 2 stack attackers. That's hilarious. It's kind of crazy once you complete a set, and some squovets I need to go through. But it's kind of crazy once you complete a set, you kind of forget about it. Now that it's not in your mind, you can try to focus on the next thing. But some Fuecocos I definitely need to go through. That's one community day I forgot to go through. And Nimble almost looks like a community day. I couldn't quit catching those things. And I did catch more than this amount of Palmy. You know, what is that right there? 8. So I did catch more of those. I threw a lot of them out. And then the 3 Charcadets, that set's complete. That's freaking crazy. And what was wild was 2 of them were hatched just a day apart. So yeah, 4/16/25 and then 4/17/25. Pretty crazy. And then we got this one, I think it was like a couple weeks later. Yeah, so about a little over 2 weeks later. But I'm glad to have that set complete. So the last thing we're going to look at are our Nundos. We have 7 of those. 2 of them I believe were, this was caught the same day we started the account. Yeah, I think there maybe 2 of them. No, that's 3/6. So there's only 1 of them that was caught the day. But you know, that's pretty crazy. I'm waiting to get a shiny Nundo. That's even rarer than a Shundo, so that'd be on the bucket list to do. Alright, that's going to do it for today's video. If you liked it, please consider leaving a like and smashing that subscribe button. For those of you that wanted to see this 100-day recap, I hope I showed you everything you wanted to see, and I hope you enjoyed it. And those of you that didn't ask for it, I hope you enjoyed it as well. If you want to see more of this content, you can check it out right here. And don't forget, you can subscribe on the other side. And let me know down in the comments if there's anything that I didn't go over that you did want to see. And with that being said, I'll see you next time.